What's up, my babies? Zach Scott here playing Minecraft. I'm in Scotland. I'm in the gay bathhouse. Annie Pandy Beauty misses when I used to say that, so I said it now. Sometimes I say home chicken. Sometimes I say what's up, my babies. I don't know. They're both ridiculous in my opinion. I just say them. We're in Scotland Welcome Center, just hanging out. And yesterday I posted a video that I had to split into two parts because I just had a horrible time rendering it. It got corrupted every time. So once I split it into two and rendered it that way, I don't normally do that. I like posting just hour-long videos of the walls, but I had to split into two. But it was the best game of the walls I have ever played in the name, in the words of Nicholas. And I'm putting up comments. I just want to address a few things first. You just kind of do a little video where I address some comments, so that's kind of fun. Hey, there's a little kitty. Look at this. Skybridge is gone. I got rid of it. I was tired of it. Skybridge, gone. Goodbye. Good riddance. We're rejuvenating this whole area here. Now, a few people yesterday in the walls comments asked, why I didn't teleport to the surface. And there's a reason, because after the walls drop, I can no longer teleport around like I can before the walls drop. That's just how the game is made. I'm a VIP member. I'm allowed to teleport there. But after the walls drop, no one can teleport. So that's why, unless you're in spectate mode, unless you're dead and you're in spectate mode. So yeah, I'm hanging out in Scotland, and some people, it's kind of weird because when I first started playing the walls, it was really popular. People kept saying more walls, more walls, more walls. So I kept playing it and playing it and playing it, and some people have gotten bored of it. I haven't quite gotten bored of it yet. I still enjoy playing it, but I do understand why people may not like it. And especially if they're attached to these old videos where we're in Scotland and goofing off, showing off builds and stuff. So there will be more of those. In fact, it's a good critique. Skywayland says, Zach, I'm getting really bored of the walls. What happened to Scotland's builds? Heck, I wouldn't mind seeing you running around in Scotty Arabia just for the laughs. I'm now forcing myself not to unsub in the vain hope that you'll put out an actual Scotland video instead of the walls. Now, I understand you're trying to keep it interesting, and people are getting bored of regular Scotland, but now the walls is going the same way, so please, I'm begging now, stop doing so much the walls. And I definitely agree with the sentiment. There's no argument there. I miss doing stuff in Scotland as well, so we're getting things in gear. I have a lot of plans coming up for after. Yeah, I don't know what's with these villagers here. I don't know. They're just that's Ashley in the background. I have no idea. Basically, the problem that we're having in Minecraft is that a lot of the old players have been playing the same game for almost 2 years now. And so it does kind of get boring, and so we've done things to spice it up, like Scotty Arabia, Nova Scotia, having new stuff. I made this history. People who have been keeping tabs of this might remember this used to be a survival area that Scotland did. I made it creative to keep things interesting, so I'm gonna have to do more things to keep things interesting and more projects, bringing on new people, stuff like that. And so that's exactly what I'm doing. We probably won't make any major progress in Scotland until after episode 700, but I have some huge plans for after episode 700. I don't want to really start it too much now because I'm afraid we'll be in like a limbo area when the 700 download comes out. But I'll show you what I'm going to do in just a second. First, I wanted to say thanks to you guys, I have sold over 100 products in my Spreadshirt store. I got this whole side full. I managed to fill in some of the names. Red Turtle 632 bought a ZackScottGames t-shirt. Irony Canadian bought a What's Up My Babies t-shirt. Laurel's a Marauder bought a ZackScottGames t-shirt. Inwoozy bought a Heart Mac t-shirt. I've also sold like this number 100, 101, 102, all three by the same person. I don't know who it was. If you're not on this wall and you want to be, well, this wall is full. If you want to be up in the National Archives, be sure to send me your order number via YouTube message. Just send it to me on YouTube via YouTube message. This wall is now, shirts 101 through 200 is starting to be filled up. We got Jonas 7003 with a Heart Mac t-shirt, number 103. And so 101, 102, and 100 all the same person. So that person bought 3 at once. Congratulations, whoever you were. You made it to number 100. This is all full. I'll be coming out with new shirt designs soon. Again, that's in the future. A lot of future plans going on here. And so yeah, I'll show you some of the big plans that we have. One, we're revitalizing the spawn area. And here's why. This is kind of cobbled together over time. And it's historic, but it'll always remain in the map downloads. But what I really want to do is just redo this whole area. And I have some ideas. I want it to still have the gay bathhouse. I want it to have a restaurant. I want it to have hotels. I want it to have communal areas. I really want it to have a travel agency. Like maybe attached over here, like a travel agency that connects to the waterways and different vehicles and what. Even if we have to clear out all of this stuff over here, just make this one big water area. And I think that'll be really cool. I still want the gay bathhouse for old time's sake. I no longer need it to connect to the old Scotland corporate headquarters area. I don't really even need it to connect to Super Tunnel anymore. That'd be still kind of cool. But what I did is so that we could work on this for now. I put up. Let's see. I want to redo the Welcome Center. Go to 13,000, 13,000 to work on ideas. So we're going to go there. 13,000, 13,000. And what I've done is I've copied it. I've just copied it here in the middle of the ocean. And we can work on ideas. We could take up the whole area. I don't mind. I mean, I kind of do mind. I like the cemetery. But eventually it's going to get really, really big. And so maybe the cemetery is not the best way to memorialize former Scotland players. If we need to take up all this land for the Welcome Center, if we even need to expand it farther out towards the corporate area, I'm okay with that as well. But really, I still want there to be a Welcome Center here. I just want it to be redone, want it to look better. Want it to be more purposeful, because what happens now is people just spawn in the gay bathhouse and they just leave. There's no reason to hang around the Welcome Center at all. No one just goes like, oh, I'm going to go upstairs and go into the hotel room. Like there's a massive hotel complex that Ashley built that looks amazing. But no one really uses it. No one ever is like, oh, I'm going to go to Scott Mining corporate headquarters. No one's like, oh, I'm going to go down to Super Tunnel and just, go to other areas, because this is a creative server now, a creative map. And so, yeah, I still like the gay bathhouse as a spawn area, but I have some few ideas that I want to try to pull off. And this might take a complete redesign of the whole area. And, I want it maybe over here to be the travel agency. And, you can, there might be maps of areas. There might be signs that you can use to teleport to different worlds, different things. Maybe connect it to the docks a little bit better. More ships, more bigger things, planes, blimps, whatever, to travel. And so I have posted on the bulletin board out here some of my ideas that I have. And I like having a communal area out here, but I just want the Welcome Center to be more purposeful. So I put new spawn requirements. I still want the gay bathhouse. I still want a restaurant. It doesn't have to be huge, but the restaurant I think will add to the atmosphere. I want a travel agency with access to docks, maps, and warp signs. So I'm really thinking travel agency over here, because this is where the docks are. We can expand this waterway more, like I said. We can chop off this whole area, make more water, make more, just make it cool. Make it like a travel agency, maybe some shops. I don't know. And then like a hotel, just but a smaller one, still for new players who don't want to go out in Scotland and venture off. Maybe just like a tiny little hotel, just a place to kind of hang out. A lobby, the lobby for bulletins, news, gathering, etc. The lobby. So right now this is essentially the lobby in Scotland, just kind of here, just standing here. This doesn't really make sense why this is the lobby of Scotland, but maybe an interior lobby. So like when you spawn in there, you can at least go in there and do something like post on a sign or whatnot. A jail. I still want maybe a jail, maybe a small holding cell jail area just for posterity. A centralized armory, potion, enchanting lab, library area. It's kind of frustrating for maybe people who, I just want to maybe go test out some of the new 1.4, 1.5 stuff. There should be maybe like a little area. Like this is about all we have. We have an inner chest right here, and that's pretty much the extent of it. We could have like a little armory, a little lab, a little enchanting area, maybe a little library, something like that. And again, I know this is a creative server, but it kind of makes sense for people who download this world and don't want to use it as a creative server to have a centralized area for all of that kind of stuff. And there's nothing like that around here. There used to be a little area here, but I replaced it with the Space Needle. Nether access still. Maybe it's a science lab. I don't know what it is, but I still want nether access. There is another access down here. But it's just a warp. So yeah, a hotel, a town hall, maybe a meeting area. I really like using in the previous episode when we had the debate. I liked using Daddy Bear's gay cabin or whatever it's called. For using it as the town meeting area. And look, everyone's heads are still. We put heads here to make them look like there were people in the audience when we were up here. So maybe still a town hall meeting area. Would be really cool just to have meetings for videos if we ever need to have meetings again for videos. And what else do we want to do? So what was the last thing? Room for expansion. Right now, there's really no room for expansion here. The only room for expansion that I included is really inconvenient. I left room for expansion right here, thinking that maybe we could build out, but no, that just looks stupid. It looks really inconvenient. So maybe, and also plan leaving room for expansion. There's a lot of land out here to use if we need to expand it. It doesn't just have to be in here. We can knock this all down and build like a really cool. It doesn't have to be the original mountain that was here. We have a lot of room. We could rework some of these trails. We could branch out a little bit, make it bigger. As far as I'm concerned, we could take over the cemetery area if really needed. I would still like a cemetery area somewhere, but maybe it doesn't need to be here. There is a whole area. And let's just go back, since there we go. There is a whole area over here that could be a cemetery area. But I took down this sky bridge because it was just there. No one ever uses it. In my opinion, this whole area is a waste of space right here. This is just bridges and stuff, but this could be, this could just be used for something else. This whole area is not even used. This area is not even used. We could always branch out. But this could be the cemetery, the new cemetery right here. This is a good little area if we wanted, and we're almost there in the first place. And maybe it could be more of a monument to former players instead of a cemetery. But yeah, those are my ideas. Hopefully you guys like them and see where we're trying to go in the future. I have ideas for other worlds. I want to build a world that's strictly for gaming. So the Super Base Battle 64 game, and then the Money Shot game that we played here. Maybe some arena battles. Maybe, I don't know if we want to relocate some American Gladiator stuff there. I don't know. But I want to have a world that's just for gaming, and we could get there through the travel agency. And that way when you get there, people can download that world. So here's what I was thinking. If we had multiple worlds for stuff, people could download just that world and have it on their server if they want just a gaming area. Like Nintendo Land. Nintendo Land is great. It's way far off in Scotland. It's a great area. But what if someone just wanted to download Nintendo Land? Wouldn't that be cool if it were maybe just a separate world? So anyway, that's just an idea that I've had. I don't know. And before we go, CJ Shake 73 says, "Hey Zach, big fans. When you're playing your Minecraft, try to be more funny actually when you play any game and build more." So we'll end this video with the Book of Jokes. Here it is. I made a Book of Jokes. Book of Jokes by ZackScott. And man, these are doozies. So sit back and prepare to laugh. How many miners does it take to screw in a light bulb? That's the question. That's the joke. Next page. 0. They use torches, lanterns, lava, and glowstone for their light sources. And there's a little cue there to laugh in case you don't know. And then next joke. This has 3 jokes in it. I'll give them all 3 to you now. And if these are popular, maybe I'll write some more books of jokes. Put them in a library somewhere here in Scotland. Maybe the National Archives. Why is insert player's name not very good at Minecraft? So this is like a free-form joke. You can really take this places. You could insert like, why is ZackScott not very good at Minecraft? Why is Swimming Bird 941 not very good at Minecraft? You can even get all crazy and be like, why is Brett CM82 not very good at Minecraft? Because he/she/it is a blockhead. Do you get it? Ashley, you should laugh. There's a cue here. It says laugh. Oh man, I spent a long time on these jokes. What kind of microphone? This is the final joke, guys. So sit back, get ready to laugh. Take a drink now, because don't want any spit takes coming up. Okay, what kind? Let me get my drink really quick. Okay, what kind of microphone do creepers use? Do you have? You don't know, Ashley? A boom mic. Boom. Oh man, so that's the Book of Jokes. CJ Shake 73 wanted me to be funny, so there we go. Comedy gold here in Scotland. I'll see you next time. I'm ZackScott. Subscribe if you have not, and come back next time for more Scotland videos, more walls videos, more variety. We're gonna still do Scotland videos though. Don't worry. No need to unsubscribe. We're gonna keep it cool. We just did the Thanksgiving video. That Mac made the holiday area, the horribly offensive Thanksgiving video. So yeah. See you around, and thanks for watching. Goodbye.